Hey there guys, what's up? This is Kenji and welcome back. Okay, so first let me explain what I'm gonna talk about. We're gonna be talking about Soulja Boy's new game consoles that already been out for the past couple of weeks, and I know I kinda missed this, but here we go, let's go discuss this. Okay, so Let me let me tell you about Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was an American rapper back in 2007. The latest artistic crank that Soulja Boy was very popular, and they've been talking about it for a while until they stopped talking about Soulja Boy. It was very popular back then in 2007, and I loved his first article music, and it was very popular. And I kind of I got the moves down packed, and until then, he decided to make a game console, going into the gaming world to make his own consoles. But then something happened, and it's coming to that he's having a war with Nintendo, which he made a bad move. So let's go look into his website to see his console. Okay, here's the console. Here's what we see. Here's what we see. So the Soldier watch and headphones. I'm not gonna worry about that. We see a phone that looks like an Android or HTC. And here's the look like of the 3DS or the 2DS. Now let's look into the Soulja Game Fuse. Okay, here's the cheap knockoff of the Soulja Game Fuse handheld. Let's see, we got. Now this here, this is a cheap knockoff Soulja Game Fuse controller, which it more looks like an Xbox One controller. Here's the look like of the Soulja Game Fuse, and it's a cheap knockoff of PlayStation 4. And you have the different colors. And I'm pretty sure they add 3,000 games from other companies like Nintendo, SNES, NES, and PlayStation, and all that stuff. Moving on, we're gonna go to the cheap knockoff Nintendo Game Boy Color. Here's a Nintendo Game Boy Color. Oh, you got the TF card. You got the retro mini that looks like a Game Boy Color. Unlock cool chopper. Oh. I'm pretty sure he adds like 3,000 games again. You have the narrow keys, you have the A, B buttons, you got the start and select button, volume, switch off, and you got the bumpers that wasn't actually there on the actual Game Boy Color. And you got the box, you got the crystal in black. And you have the Mario, you have some of the characters that I don't know. Great, Soulja Boy, so you stole Nintendo's games. Not Nintendo's games, but Nintendo's design of Game Boy Color. Moving on, we're gonna go to the Soulja Game console. Now here's a Soulja Game console, and it looks like exactly like Xbox One S. And you have the controllers that look like the PlayStation 3, 2, or 1 controllers. A cheap knockoff. Here you got the outputs, you got the TF card, you got the HDMI, you got the classic old school TV. You got the classic old school AV output. Yeah, AV out, but AV output. I'll just say it like that. These are the classic dinosaur TV AV outputs. You got the DC, the classic old school days. And you have the joystick ports or the USB ports. And you got a face of a Xbox One S looking console. And it has 3,000 games that added, which he took from Nintendo, Sega, NES, Super NES, and PlayStation. And you're gonna go to the Soulja game handheld. Okay, so this, it kind of looks like, to be honest, it kind of looks like a Game Boy Advance, but the Game Boy Advance has like the two buttons, like the A and B buttons, and the arrow keys. You have to start and select buttons. Pretty sure he adds that picture from Burnout, like adds it on the screen. Okay, so you have the A, B, X, Y buttons. You have the R and left bumper, on and off side. You have the hand rub, hand rest, TF card, headphones or jack. You got the AV out, the classic old school days where the TV used to have, and you have the USB, the classic old school USB, and you have the backlight adjustment, and you have the volume side, and that's it. And, oh, you have the start and select button that I told you, and you have the speaker. So, and you have like music, ebooks, games, pictures, and TF card slot. And he adds like a 3,000 games, which is already in there. The ebooks and music, pictures, and pretty much music. He has like 2 music in there. He has like 1 ebook, and you have 1 picture. I say 3 pictures, and the TF card. If you have like a TF card that is pirated, you can pop that in there. It's already have like 3,000 games built in console. Great. So and you added Burnout picture on the screen. Great. Oh, you have the like sock. You have the volleyball added there. I'm pretty sure you can't even put the AV out ports to the new school TVs that already has like HDMI ports. The new school out ports, the HDMI. The AV out ports are old school, man. They're gone. Not unless you have like the old school TVs. And that's it. Okay, so we're gonna look into the Soulja watch. Okay, so the Soulja watch. You have this, you have the black color, you have the ribs that have silver, and you have the white, green, blue, and you have the dark blue ones, and you have all sorts of apps from Google Chrome, Facebook, Twitter, radio, snooze, alarm clock, and the chip they have to pay whenever you're going shopping. And you have the red color. So you have different types of colors. And this is a cheap knockoff from Apple. Great. Not only that you have Xbox, PlayStation controllers, Game Boy Color. You also have Apple Watches. Wow, a cheap knockoff. We're gonna go look into the cheap knockoff of HTC phone, which Soulja Boy stole. Well, I guess he removed that. But let's move on. Let's go to the news and see what's going on with this. Okay, the rapper flipped it out in a symbolic series of posts. Soulja Boy is ready for war with Nintendo over his new game consoles that the rapper flipped out in a homophobic series of posts. Soulja Boy is here to capitalize off the video game world, but his efforts have not come without some pushback. Recently, the Crankdat rapper unleashed his own game console, including Soulja Game Handheld, the Retro Mini, the cheap knockoff from Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, and Soulja Game Fuse, cheap knockoff from the PlayStation 4. However, these consoles have been criticized as being way too similar to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance too. Since these public comparisons are taking place online, the 28-year-old took to his 5.26 million followers on Twitter to vent his thoughts in a series of posts that have been deleted. Okay, here's his post. Y'all don't scare me. I'm a Soulja Boy. Why y'all not about the other companies selling consoles? Y'all don't want to see a black man get money, laughing his off, trying to snitch on me, but I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Haha, we're at 5 million in sales. It's so funny y'all don't know how business works. Laughing off, nothing is gonna happen. If Nintendo was gonna do something, they would have the first day. My console not going anywhere. Everything I'm doing is 100% legit. Stay mad and I'll keep getting richer. Nintendo ain't gonna do. Beep. Okay, so I disagree with Soulja Boy. I disagree because Nintendo will obviously do something. They will obviously do something to him, and they're gonna put him to 30 years of jail. 30 years of jail. And if he keeps doing that, if he keeps doing this, he'll get obviously more prison time. The more he keeps doing this, the more prison time that he'll spend. And obviously, he's not gonna be happy. So, Soulja Boy, prepare to get beaten by Blonde, because Blonde will kick your ass. She will kick you ass, man. So, Soulja Boy, prepare that Nintendo will get your ass beat. He wrote, "I'm not scared of Nintendo or none of you nerds making YouTube videos. Eat a, and thanks for the free promo." In another tweet, he said, if Nintendo, I already said this before, so I'm gonna skip that. His choice of words have since issued symbolic backlash, but he ain't gripping. Alright, so yeah, Soulja Boy, you made a terrible mistake. You made a terrible mistake. But on to the next one. Okay, this I found here at bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna read this from the bottom. However, the designs of the console isn't the most considering. aspect of the hardware. Each console also comes with built-in emulator games ranging from, I already said this before, I'll say this again, NES, Super NES, and the Sega Classic through to old PlayStation titles, with emulation being a form of piracy. It's unclear how Soulja Boy plans to avoid legal actions from the license holders of the games he's distributing on his platform. For now, Soulja Boy has been dismissive of criticism of the console through his deleted comments could land him into further hot water, while have to wait to see how this one plays out. Into the preliminary effect, parties seek to dispute the legal accessibility of the rapper's new hardware. Okay, so that's it for discussing Soulja Boy's news. Honestly, he's gonna get his ass beat from Nintendo, and if he keeps doing this, he'll get more prison time. The more time he spends on making cheap knockoff consoles, the more time he gets spent from prison. If he keeps doing that, then he's gonna go to prison time, and he's not gonna be so happy about that. He really isn't. He said that he doesn't know about business. Obviously, you don't want that who doesn't know business consoles. You don't even know. You're dealing. You think that you're the bad boys, trying to be like the bad boy consoles, but no. Obviously, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Microsoft are the top bad boys, top bad boy consoles that make the best consoles ever. That make the best consoles ever. Since from the late '90s or the early '90s, PlayStation started. No, not PlayStation. Nintendo started out making these consoles. They make the consoles, and Sega also Pontiac, and and um, and they stopped making consoles because Nintendo was a powerful console Sony until Sony went in, make their own consoles, and Microsoft. So they know how to make consoles. They're the pro. They're the top dogs of the. They're the top dogs of the consoles, man. So, and you oh you no you have a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn. You can't just bash in and making cheap knockoffs from the companies that we all know. You can't just bash in. And those games that you're stealing, that's from NES, Super NES, Sega, PlayStation. Those are their games that you just stole. You can't just take it from them. You can't. You can't just take it from them and then put it to your cheap knockoff consoles. You gotta start thinking before you put games into your consoles and make your own design. You gotta make your own design of your own console. Not to mention your own games. Create your own games, dude. You can't just bash in, take their games and take their ideas of their consoles. It just sell off to your website. That's no, that's illegal. That is illegal, dude. The more you keep doing this, the more you'll be spent time to prison. The more you spend time in prison. And PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they're gonna beat the living they're gonna beat you. they're going to throw you to prison, man. They're gonna throw you to prison. And you said, and you're gonna call out to Nintendo. They ain't gonna, they ain't gonna, they ain't gonna come out. They're just gonna throw you into prison, man. They're gonna, they're gonna throw you to prison. They're gonna sue you. They're gonna call, they're gonna put you to prison just for stealing their games and their ideas. You call out to Nintendo? There you have it. You're gonna be spend time. You're gonna be spent time in prison, dude. That's not how. That's not how consoles do. That's not how gaming world do. You have to create your own game. You have to create your own design of your console. You can't steal their ideas. You can't steal their games without having any license on there. It's better off that you stay irrelevant or make your own design of consoles and your own games. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they're the bad boys. They're the pro. There are the pro. There are the bad boys that making these consoles, dude. You you just steal their ideas and steal their games, which is a bad idea. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen, people. So I suggest you not buy his cheap knockoffs. I already seen it. I already seen this way before, and I knew it from a mile away before they even say something about Soulja Boy. Before they even say something, because I know that they're cheap knockoffs, and I wouldn't spend a dime on his cheap knockoffs. I wouldn't spend a dime on that on these cheap knockoff consoles, including his phone, his Apple Watch, and all the cheap knockoff consoles that he brought out to his website. So let me know, what do you think about this? Do you obviously think it's a bad idea to steal PlayStation, Nintendo, Microsoft's idea consoles and to steal Nintendo's games and Sega? Or do you think it's a good idea just to keep supporting him to make all the future consoles? And drop a like on this video if you guys agree with me. Don't forget to subscribe for more content and follow me on social media. And guys, I'm gonna be a little bit delayed on making Nico the car. So it will probably before Christmas or before New Year's. So that's gonna be your gift for Christmas and also for New Year's. I'm gonna keep evolving the channel just so you could, you know. So I'm gonna keep evolving. I'm gonna keep being successful onto this channel. I'm not gonna stop. If I can choose my day offs, if I can choose my own day offs and my own vacation on this channel. So, I'm gonna keep on going, being successful onto this channel. And I'm gonna keep improving to this channel. Next year, I'm just gonna keep improving this channel. Keep improving. The more mistakes I just did, the more I keep learning from this channel. I know I have some like copyright strikes and and that's the thing. I need to stop like copywriting. There's a lot of copyrights on not not a lot, but there's some copyrights on this channel. Some of you guys may know that I put onto these videos. So I might stop, or I might just cut the audio from the intro to the outro, or just stop completely and put like instrument music, and then that's it. That's all I have to say. So next year I'm gonna keep improving. I'm gonna keep improving, proving to you guys that I will be the best YouTuber, become the best YouTuber ever. And I also have the Miku Miku dance that I haven't used, but I will use it probably like next year. I said it before. I'll use it next year. I just gotta keep improving, getting better to Miku Miku dance and to this YouTube channel. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenji Harmon 23 signing out. Have a great day, folks. And also, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays. Once again, this is Kenji Harmon 23 signing out. Have a great day, night, and afternoon. See you guys later. Bye-bye.